Chloe thinks my hair like this. Like, I can't tell if I like it or not. And I'm like, oh. I never have it up, like up. I always either have it like a ponytail or down. Get the bevs in. Just read your questions. No joke, it's going to be a fun video. Woo! Look at that. Never gets old. Just FYI, in case anybody is a Prosecco fan, £6 Tesco's at this moment in time. Got you covered. I got you covered. On the proviso, you're over the age of 18. Just saying. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all okay. Happy Friday. Oh my god, it is Friday night, guys. So, if you can't already tell by the title, this is my relationships Q&A part 2. I really am conscious of my hair. I don't know if I like it or not. Please let me know if it suits me or not, because I never have it up. Sorry, never have it up. And also, just a quick to let you know, I'm going to keep looking downward now because I don't know how YouTube really 100% works. So I don't have 2 phones. I have a camera, which I could easily use and then look at my phone when I look at the questions. But I don't know how to connect the camera to my laptop and what's like, what editing software to buy. So I've just taken the really simple thing here, right, and just typed out all of your questions on Notepad. So I'm going to be looking at this on a constant. So I'm not being rude, I'm just like looking at this and looking at you. Okay, so guys, yeah, I asked you on Instagram and Snapchat as well what you wanted to know about relationships, any questions, queries, issues you've got going on, any confessions. There's no judgment on my channel, okay? Just curiosity as to, yeah. Anywho, yeah, so there's loads. I mean, there was literally so many, so I'm going to shut up rambling, get on with the video. And if you do like this video, by the way, guys, please like and subscribe. It would mean the absolute world to me. And yeah, without further ado, grab yourself a bev. I'm gonna get mine now, and let's do this. What have you learned from your past relationships? Communication is key between the two of you. That is a, yep, that one's definite communication. Learn from mistakes, definitely that. I think mostly for me it's the communication thing, I'm not gonna lie to you. But I've not had that many relationships yet. Like, I'm still learning how to like be in a relationship myself at 23. 100% communication, and not to make the same mistake twice. And also maybe don't get too sensitive in certain situations. I am a particularly sensitive soul. I can also be a little too high maintenance in certain things. I'll be honest, I'm very laid back, but at certain points I can get a little bit high maintenance. Also, I need to learn to reel it in. Have you ever had to lose someone close to you for whatever reason? I don't really know, like, if you mean sort of like not necessarily relationships, maybe someone else, like as in like boyfriend wise, but I mean, I have lost, my dad, bless him, he passed away when I was 6. I don't know if that's what you meant. Yeah, he passed away when I was 6. I've still got my mum is like my best friend. It's kind of it, really. I haven't really had much else, like, in terms of like family wise, but like I don't want anyone to feel like awkward or like sad, but it's honestly like it's fine, like it is what it is, like can't be done. And like I was 6, you know, it was such a long time ago. I've had such a long time to adapt to that. I mean, don't get me wrong, like there's times when I miss him a lot, even now, like at 23. But you know, I'm grateful for the time that I had with him, and you know, I still talk about him with my mum a lot, so it's like, you know, keeping the spirit alive. Do you think it's okay to settle at an early age, or should people get more experience before making that choice? Oh, I don't know, because you know, there's a lot of people I know, late teens, early 20s, who, you know, live with boyfriends, girlfriends, they have kids, and that works for them, and that's great. So I would never knock anyone for doing that. Me personally, this is just me, I do not want children for a long time. Spent so long like not doing what I want, kind of, you know, putting myself in the dark and really not following my own sort of dreams, you know, and ambitions. I really want to live my best life in my 20s, you know, so I feel like settling down, marriage, kids, for me is just not an option at the moment. I really want to just put myself first and like be successful and get a career. It's going to be, whether it's going to be like with what I do with my degree or this, I don't know. But yeah, I don't agree with the pressure that we get at this age. Like, oh, you should be married by now, you should have kids by now. It's like, whoa, no, reel it in. If I don't want that, I don't want that. But if you do, go for it. Like, do you know what? There's not really a right or wrong answer to that. I think it's all down to personal perception. Do you think someone can truly learn from their mistakes? Yes, I do, if they want to. If you make a mistake once and you know you've messed up, basically you've fucked up, essentially, and you want to put it right, whether it's to make a relationship work or just for future relationships, you will do that. You'll learn from it. Obviously, if you don't, you'll just keep making the same mistake. And how do you know when it's time to continue holding on or let go? God. I mean, there's no, again, this is all probably down to personal perception. Yeah, and also it depends on the situation as well. Like, depends like what sort of relationship you're in. That's what I feel anyway. I feel like you will know if you go. Yeah, that's a really tough one, I think, and it depends again how long you've been together. Kind of like I said, it all depends on the situation. It really is like down to you thinking, no, I'm gonna give it another go. Let's do this, or you in your head and your heart, you just think I can't do it anymore. And it's done. If that's down to you, I think, my love. Get a sip. If you think also I look extra tanned, I've just tanned, which is why. Is there any regrets you have about past relationships you've been in? No? I think personally, some stuff that I've been through hasn't been very nice, but I've learned to not regret it. At the end of the day, whether it's positive or negative with that person, it's part of my history. So the positive stuff I will keep as memories, and the negatives, I'll learn from it, if that makes sense. You know, I don't really agree with, you know, so when you break up with someone and they go, oh, burn his photos, rip his clothes, do all this, block him and everything. It's like, well, no. If that works for you, that's fine. But I feel like that just builds up anger and repression. I did that beforehand. Like when I was a lot younger, I kind of like dealt with it like that, and it just made me more angry and more bitter as a person. Whereas I feel like if you hold on to the positive stuff and think, yeah, it was a nice memory, but learn from any negative or like upset or like heartache that was caused in that relationship, if that makes any sort of sense. Do you believe in right person, wrong time? Yes and no. It is so dependent on who the person is. I mean, I feel like a lot of people use it as an excuse to sack somebody off. They'll go, you're the right person, but it's not, oh, it's not you, it's me. I'm like, get lost, do one. Because sometimes it can be like a genuine thing, but I've fallen for this one before, and it ended up smacking me in the face again. So I'm not a cynic, but can you message me with your situation, and then I can give you a personal one-to-one response, because that's a really tough one to answer. God damn, that's good. What do you think of boys messaging other girls in a relationship? I mean, I don't really see any issue in it. I mean, you know, if you're in a relationship, the guy should have girls who are friends, the girl can have guys who are friends. If the other person has an issue with that, there's like a slight problem there, because you shouldn't have to like get rid of friends because the other person feels uncomfortable about it. That might just be their own personal issue. So you shouldn't be told who you can and can't speak to, for a start. But if those messages turn to something more than friendly, that's when a potential problem could open up. Friendship wise, I really don't see the problem. I mean, like, guys and girls can be friends, there's no problem at all. I mean, like, say, like, you know, when I was at school, I was really, well, sixth form, I was, like, really close with a guy, and then he got a girlfriend, and then, like, you know, we would talk about her all the time, and then we actually, me and his girlfriend became actually really good friends. So it can work. It's just, I know a lot of people are very territorial, which I understand and I completely appreciate, but if there is just friends, they're real, and if that person hasn't given you a reason to not trust them, then, you know, no problem. It's just, like, just gender difference, isn't it? How do you know when you're actually in love with someone? Oh, girl, stop it up. Ooh. Make sure when you say it, you actually mean it. By the way, don't just say it on a whim. Just please the other person. Don't just say it on a whim, because let me tell you, like, that saying you're in love with someone is a massive deal. So make sure when you tell someone that you genuinely feel it. But how to realize when you know you love someone? For me, it's like that person is the center of your whole world. Like, you know, you think about them, you know, in everything that you do. Not necessarily like every second of every day, but every time you think about that person, you just smile, you know. If their name pops up on your phone, you just get this massive, like, smile inside and out. You just get really, like, excited when you think about them. Like, I think it's different for everybody. Like, you can love someone after being with them for like a week or like 2 weeks or a month, but it might take you over a year. Like, look, I feel like falling in love with somebody, it's so dependent on the relationship. It's like no two relationships are the same, you know. The connection between two of you is just so powerful. Like, you know, it just feels like it's unbeatable, and you feel so safe and secure with that person that you know that they, like, I know I come across as like a really cold-hearted person, but I do have feelings. I am sensitive, okay? So I do have a caring side, believe it or not. Do you believe in once a cheat, always a cheat? Yes and no. Like, speaking from my own experiences, that's where my kind of, like, skeptic sort of opinions come from. But I'm also a very positive and sort of very, like, forgiving person, and I'm a big believer, say, if they've messed up once and they really want to truly never do it again, whether it's with you or with the next relationship, if it ends after that, then yeah, they can fix. They're not, you know, it's not always going to be like that, is it? You guys are really throwing me with these questions tonight, aren't you? You know, holy math. I honestly, I feel like the sex talk Q&A was so much easier than this. But I love it. I love how, like, intense these questions are. I think it's great. You should do more stuff like this. I enjoy smelling women's socks. Okay. Again, I mean, no judgment on this channel. That's cool. Yeah. I've heard of this. I've heard of, like, people having, like, a sock and a foot fetish. I can't say I relate to that personally. But hey, we all have our own individual things. Do you think a large age gap is an issue? There's 3 years between me and my boyfriend, but I've known him my whole life. Oh, bless you. No, like, and can I just say 3 years is not that large, okay? It's not even large. It's like 3 years. I mean, obviously, depending on how old you are. Like, I feel like age gaps are just, people have an issue with age gaps. I mean, to an extent, you know, there's some that are a bit of a, ooh, okay, but I mean, 3 years, girl, like, don't stress about that. Like, 3 years is fine. And if you've known him your whole life, like, you guys are going to be, like, best friends as well as, like, boyfriend and girlfriend, I'm going to assume. If you've known him your whole life. If it's any consolation, like, I have been with someone who was, I think, like 5, 6 years older than me. I've always either gone for people who are older than me. I mean, I think, like, I've had someone who are younger than me. I feel like age is just, some people just get really fussy about it, but honestly, like, the 3-year age gap, don't let it bother you. At the end of the day, if you guys have a connection and if you've known him your whole life, and there's clearly something there between the two of you, like, don't let that, and if anyone else has an issue with it, tell them to fly away. What are the qualities you look for in a good partner? Oof! Let me think. They've got to make me laugh. We've got to have chemistry. 100%. Good chemistry in all senses. Yeah, all senses. You guys probably catch my drift when I say that. They've got to get me. They've got to appreciate that I don't come with baggage, but I come with a past. I come with insecurities. And occasionally they will flare up. And they've got to understand that. Strong-willed. I feel like I can come across as a very strong person. So I feel like somebody who can handle that. Because I feel like a lot of people either feel very intimidated by me or they feel a bit like they can't cope, which I get. So I think I need someone who's very, like, strong. Loyal. Loves me for me, so like inside and out. A little bit on, you know, a little bit to do with looks. Like, I feel like you've got to be attracted to somebody physically. But, like, you know, I would never just pick someone because they've got a 6-pack, they're ripped. Because you know what? That gym bunny could be a complete arse, to say it nicely. Whereas somebody who is not a gym lover and make me laugh, and love me for who I am and make me feel like I'm really special, I'd rather go with that person than someone who's just ripped. Because if someone just prides themselves on looks and think that that's all they, you know, that's enough to get me into bed or get me into a relationship, good one. What is your longest ever relationship? Just under 2 years? Yeah. Best things to do together during lockdown. I know if you have TikTok and you've seen the TikTok drive-through challenge, you know where, like, you both go out together in, like, in your car. Like, there's 4 rounds. You do rock, paper, scissors, and then you have, like, it's like drinks, starters, mains, and dessert. And then whoever obviously wins gets to pick which drive-through you go to, and then whoever, like, who loses has to pay for that round. That's really fun. I feel like having date nights, like, say, for example, like, say if you set, like, a night a week, it's something to look forward to between the two of you. You can, like, either cook together, you can get takeaway, you can watch a film, you can do stuff, like, maybe play drinking games if you're 18 plus and above, just putting it out there. Or maybe even just going to, like, a drive-through, like, to get a Starbucks or whatever is fun. Going for, like, walks, doing workouts together, making TikToks together, you know, just doing stuff that's fun and silly and just, like... What's the worst day you've been on? Ooh. I'll be honest, right, so I've never really dated people. I've either had that tendency where I've gone out with somebody once or twice and they asked me to be their girlfriend, or I have that thing where I'll go out with somebody for like 1 or 2 months, they'll fall for me. After that time, they just bin me off and I don't really have much luck in that sense. So it's kind of like extreme levels here, guys. I know the perfect thing to say to you right now. It didn't make it to a date. This guy was so lovely, so sweet, and I really wanted to go out with him. But up here was very muddled and jumbled, to say the least, at this time in my life. Oh my god. I'm actually getting embarrassed, to say it out loud. So, it must have been about an hour and a half or so before I was supposed to meet him, right? And I think he was really excited about it, and I sent a message to say, I'm really sorry, I can't come tonight. I've cut my hand on some glass and a paramedic's coming to my house. I'm gonna let you just have a moment to soak that in. This poor guy was like, oh, I'll come look after you. I was like, no, it's fine. What paramedic or ambulance comes out to someone who's cut their hand on a piece of glass whilst washing up? No one. No. So, yeah, that's they didn't make it to a date. And can I just say, don't make up excuses like that. Because guaranteed, the person receiving the message will know that is an excuse. Ooh. How to keep the spark alive. Ooh. I just say, I feel like it kind of relates to the things to do together during quarantine. I would just say really try and do stuff together as a couple, not necessarily be in each other's pockets, because that's when you can get annoyed with each other. Try and do things together that are like fun and quirky and diverse. So like maybe like I said, try like doing workouts together, go for walks, cook together, maybe do like baking, do like food shops together, be involved in each other's lives. Communication, 100%. So like say if you are feeling like you kind of just coasting along, you want that spark to be like woohoo, relight the fire. I would say definitely address that with your partner. Do not let that slide. Obviously, like, sexual stuff is always a good thing to do. But we don't need to like go too much into details. I feel like you can kind of guess like how that means. And also like it depends like what your likes and quirks are in that sense. Everyone's different. How do you find someone who is nice and loyal and has fast replies? Is that a thing? Girl, all jokes aside on this question, there are some genuinely amazing guys out there and girls. I think it's just finding someone who you just click with, someone who just gets you, who you can just be yourself around. And I feel like if you have that connection with someone, like they'll want to reply to you fast. They'll want to be nice to you. They will be loyal to you because all they want is you. All they'll care about is you. You know. So I know, like, we joke about it, like, oh, is that a thing? But no, I think it is just about finding that right person. And it's just a case of finding that right person. Have you ever got the ick in a rel and stayed with them because you thought it would go away? No. No. I feel like if that was the case, like if I didn't want to be with someone for like an ick reason, I wouldn't. Just because that's not fair to myself, nor is it fair to the other person. You know what I mean? Have you ever liked someone else whilst being in a relationship? Does Christian Grey count? Oh my god, this is the last question. Oh no, do you know what? When I wrote them all down, like when I typed them all out, I thought this was going to be such a long sort of video, and I feel like it's gone like that. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Oh, I like that, because it's not necessarily pertaining towards relationships. It could be anything. So, excuse me. So, in 5 years, okay, for a start, I'm going to be almost 30. It's disgusting to think. Actually, no, because if you watch the film 13 going on 30, it's quite cool. It will have graduated university. I would love to say within the next 5 years I could meet, like, the person I'm going to settle down with. I'd love to think that. But I'm not going to prioritise that as a thing. I want to make sure I put myself first enough to get the success that I deserve. I'd love to be able to have my own house, own my own car without paying finance, because let me tell you now, paying finance for a car is the biggest pain in my backside. So that would be fabulous. I would love to have the Miss International crown on a stand somewhere. That would be amazing. I think mostly the biggest thing for me would be to have achieved my success, found my vocation in life, and really like, and I think for that it is my true vocation. I want to do is help people. It really is. Now, in what sense, I don't know, which is why I'm doing law and criminal justice at university. So say if I want to go down like the legal route and help people through that sense, I can. But this is why I do stuff like this, like YouTube, influencing, pageants, so I can also be a bit more creative with that sort of thing, like sharing my own story, being like this with you guys, you know, really laid back and open. I don't know what that sense is yet, but I feel like there's not too much, there shouldn't be so much pressure on you when you're in your 20s. It's like you are still finding your own voice, your own persona, and I feel like that for me is the biggest challenge. So I'm looking forward to it, but hopefully in 5 years I'll be, you know, concludes the relationship Q&A part 2. I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. I have loved answering your questions. These were by far the best questions I've ever had. They were just so good. They were so creative and like so, they were challenging. They were really tough, but I love that. I love when you guys challenge me with stuff because it really makes me think. It kind of also, I hope that when I give you these answers, they help you get to know me more as a person. That's the whole point in me, like, kind of doing stuff like this. And anyway, I've really enjoyed doing this. So I'm gonna love you and leave you. If you have any suggestions on like future videos, any sort of Q&As that you want me to do in the future, I know I've done 2 sex talk Q&As, I've done 2 relationship Q&As now. If you want me to do anything else of any other topic, please let me know. Like, I want this channel to be what you guys want. You know, I don't want to do stuff that you're not going to be interested in. I'd rather do things that you love and you want to watch. So please let me know. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like the video if you give it a thumbs up. If you enjoyed it, and of course please subscribe to my channel. I really am trying to grow my subscribe account at the moment, so it would mean so much to me if you did subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Have the most amazing weekend, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.